And good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Salt River Fields at Talking Stick in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage of Saguaro SaberCats varsity baseball and the SaberCats in the stadium here at Salt River Fields to take on the Queen Creek Bulldogs, the final game of the regular season for both clubs, as Colin Bongard steps in. And after fouling the first one off, fouls off another pitch. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Queen Creek comes in at 18-9 overall, 10-3 in league play. And the SaberCats 30-3 overall, winners of 27 straight, a perfect 13-0 in region play. And there's a check swing and a roller out to shortstop, picked up. And the throw on to first base is in time. A 6-3 ground out is how this one begins, as Bongard is retired. And the batter is Adam Brezic. Bongard, the shortstop. Brezic gets the start today on the mound for Queen Creek as he bats second. Spencer Kotkamp hits third and plays second base. Chad Leonard, the catcher, hits fourth. Dylan Freeman's the DH. He bats fifth. Chad Hensley will start in right field and bat sixth. The third baseman is Nathan Flores. He bats in the 7th spot. The number 8 hitter is the first baseman Kyle Wallace, and Dalen Garcia is the left fielder, and he bats 9th. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball to the first base side. That's picked up there and out at first base.
Now batting number 4, Spencer Kotkamp.
Now Spencer Kotkamp, the second baseman for the Bulldogs. By the way, Dylan Freeman, the DH, batting for the center fielder Marcus Still. Michael Benson gets the start tonight for the SaberCats. He'll pitch to Brandon Demarest behind the plate. Chris Ackman's at first base. Ben Tingley plays second base. John Nimps is the third baseman. Matt Morris, the shortstop. As the first one to Kotkamp is over for a strike. Austin Anderson starts in left field. Zach Gibbons is the center fielder, and Kyle Young is the right fielder. The 0-1 pitch. That's bounced in there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs, bases empty, just underway, top of the first inning. The 1-1 pitch. And Benson pours that one over for a strike, and the count is 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch. On the inside corner, a called third strike, and that will end the inning. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Bulldogs, and after a half inning of play, Queen Creek nothing, and Saguaro coming up. Austin Anderson will lead things off for the SaberCats. He starts in left field. Zach Gibbons bats second and center. Chris Ackman at first base hits third. Brandon Demarest is fourth as he catches tonight. Kyle Young bats fifth and plays right field. As the first one to Anderson is over for strike 1. Matt Morris, the shortstop, bats 6th. Reed Austin is the DH. He bats 7th. And John Nimps, the 8th hitter, will play third base. And Ben Tingley, the second baseman, bats 9th. There's a swing and a miss, and it's no balls and 2 strikes. Adam Brezic, the starting pitcher for the Queen Creek Bulldogs. The 0-2 pitch. And a ground ball to the right side. That's through and into right field. Wallace, the first baseman, left his feet but couldn't get to it. And it's a leadoff single for the Saguaro SaberCats in the bottom of the first inning. And the defense for the Bulldogs, Garcia, Still, and Hensley in the outfield. Flores and Bongard on the left side of the infield. Kotkamp and Wallace on the right side, and Leonard catching for Brezic. Now Zach Gibbons, the Saguaro center fielder. First pitch is outside for ball 1. No score, bottom of the first inning. It's the regular season finale. Both of these teams will qualify for the 4A1 state playoffs. The SaberCats are assured of at least a number 2 seed as the throw goes to first base. And depending on what happens with Sunrise Mountain in their regular season finale tonight over at Greenway High School, or against Greenway anyway. I'm not sure if that's at Greenway, but Greenway the opponent. As that pitch is high and it's 2-0, but I believe that if Saguaro wins and Sunrise Mountain loses, the SaberCats would get the #1 seed. If both teams win or both teams lose, then I think Saguaro would be the #2 seed. Throw to first base again, and the runner Anderson dives back. Now the set and the 2-0 pitch. And the pitch swung on and fouled back to the netting, and it's 2 balls and a strike. And pitch over the outside corner for a strike, and it's 2-2. Throw to first, and again Anderson is back. These two teams met back on April 7th over at Queen Creek High School. SaberCats 12-5 winners in that ball game. The 2-2, and a fly ball hit pretty well out to left field, but Garcia is over and makes the catch. So fly out is the first out of the first inning for the SaberCats, and the batter is Chris Ackman. Ackman will try to move Anderson around here. Throw to first base. And again, Austin back. First one to Chris Ackman is a fastball. It's high for ball 1. 1 on and 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. No score between Queen Creek and Saguaro. The 1-0. Now the runner going, the pitch is low, and it's a stolen base for Anderson. Two 2-0 count here for Ackman. We'll see if he gets a good pitch to hit. The set and the 2-0. That'll bounce in, and it gets away from Leonard. And the wild pitch moves the runner to third base. Now 3-0 on Ackman with a runner at third and 1 away. Here's the 3-0. Swung on and a ground ball out to short, bobbled by the shortstop Bongard, and his throw to first base is not in time. And a run is in as Anderson scores. It's an E6 to allow Ackman to reach. And the batter is Brandon Demarest. SaberCats push one across here in the first inning after Anderson singled. He stole second, went to third on a wild pitch, and scored on a ground ball that was misplayed by Bongard. That one came off the bat of Ackman, and now Brandon Demarest fouls the first pitch out of play on the first base side, and it's strike 1. Pitch is inside, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. And that's over for a strike, and it's 1-2. The set and the 1-2 pitch. And a line drive, and that's past the diving second baseman Kottkamp and into right field. Ackman stops at second base. And now 2 aboard with 1 out for Kyle Young. Teddy Rubin coming out of the SaberCat dugout. He will run at first base as the courtesy runner for Brandon Demarest. 2 aboard with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning. SaberCats already leading Queen Creek 1-0. Swing and a miss for strike 1. The set from Brezic and the 0-1. And a swing, and that's going to be catcher interference as Young got a piece of the catcher's glove on his swing, and so that'll load the bases. As Ackman goes to third, Demarest to second, actually his courtesy runner Rubin to second, and Young aboard at first base. And now time is called. As coach is coming out of the Queen Creek dugout. We play in the bottom of the first inning. Saguaro leading Queen Creek by a score of 1-0. A big chance here for the SaberCats as Matt Morris steps in to bat with the bases loaded and 1 out. Really good chance here for the SaberCats to add on runs as the first pitch is over at the knees for a strike. Brezic steps off. The set and the 1-strike pitch. Morris lays off. The pitch misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. It's outside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Base is full for Saguaro with the bottom of the first inning. And that pitch over for a strike. Morris, I think, thought it might have been low. And the count's 2-2. Brezic with the 3-2. And a swing and a miss as Morris strikes out. That's the second out of the inning. And it brings up Reed Austin.
Now batting number 15, Reed Austin.
Austin takes a fastball high from Adam Brezic. The set and the 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball over to third, picked up there, and a tap of the bag at third will end the inning. Saguaro had the bases loaded with 1 out after scoring once. Not able to score a second time. A strikeout and a fielder's choice ends the inning. After 1, Saguaro leads 1-0. Chad Leonard leads off for Queen Creek here in the second inning. And Michael Benson's first pitch is high for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. It's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Bulldogs went 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first inning. SaberCats managed to get one across in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 pitch and a fly ball out to right field. Young over to his right, settles under it and makes the catch, and there's 1 out in the Bulldogs' second inning.
Now batting number 12, Dylan Freeman.
Now Dylan Freeman batting from the left side, the DH. And going after the first one and dumps that one into left field for a base hit.
Now batting number 3, Chad Hensley.
Now Chad Hensley, the right fielder. Hensley going after the first one, and that's off the handle and foul on the first base side. 1-0 Saguaro, top of the second inning. Last game of the regular season for both of these squads, and again they'll open the 4A Division I state playoffs on Saturday. That pitch inside, and that got a piece of the jersey. I don't think that even got the body. I think it just got the jersey, and you can see that it's a little bit baggy. He leans over, gets tipped by that pitch going by, and so Hensley goes to first, Freeman to second, and the batter is Nathan Flores. Flores, the third baseman for the Bulldogs. First pitch outside and low, and it's ball 1. Now the 1-0 pitch. On the ground, double play ball, bobbled. Tingley will pick it up, and it looked like he might have got the tag on the runner going by, but everybody's safe.
Now batting number 18, Kyle Wallace.
So Queen Creek's got something cooking here in the top of the second inning. Potential double play ball would have got him out of the inning. And then Saguaro not able to get an out anywhere, so the bases are full with 1 out for Kyle Wallace. And Wallace takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Wallace, the first baseman for the Bulldogs. Queen Creek trailing 1-0 in the top of the second inning. The 1-0 pitch. And that ball hit well and out to the alley in right center field, and that's going to bounce and go all the way to the warning track. Freeman scores, Hensley scores, Flores coming around, the throw goes to third, it's late, and it's a bases clearing triple for Kyle Wallace, and Queen Creek leads 3-1. Not much Benson can do about that, as that ball was hammered out into the alley in right center field. It's all the things that preceded it that got him into trouble, and now a bases clearing triple gives Queen Creek the 3-1 lead. Dalen Garcia in, and Garcia's hit by a pitch. That hit by pitch, not a cheap one like the first one was. That one actually got a good bit of Garcia there. And now runners at the corners with one out for Colin Bongard and a timeout. Bongard grounded out to start the ball game, and now he bats with runners at the corners with one away. 3 runs in already for the Bulldogs. And the first pitch off the handle, fouled off first base side. The 0-1 with the runner going, and that pitch right off the glove of Demarest. The runner from third does not try to go, but Garcia goes from first to second. So a stolen base for Garcia puts 2 in scoring position. A ball and a strike on Bongard. Pitch outside, and it's 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bongard trying to bring in a couple of runners. The 2-2. And a soft line drive. That's over the head of Tingley and into right center field. A run will score. Young gets the throw in. And it's an RBI single for Colin Bongard, and it's 4-1 Bulldogs. So Garcia to third, Bongard at first on the RBI single, and the batter is Adam Brezic. Brezic grounded out to Chris Ackman at first base back in the first inning as Demarest again goes through the signs for the first and third defense that the SaberCats want to employ. Turn and a throw to first and the runner back. Or the squeeze is on. The pitch comes up, and Brezic has to dive or fall backward anyway to get under it. And another run is in. So Wild pitch plates another run to make it 5-1 Queen Creek. As Garcia scores, Bongard to second on the Wild pitch. The 1-0. Fastball high, 2 balls and no strikes. A rocky inning to say the least here for the SaberCats. They've given up 5 runs and 3 hits. There's been 2 hit batters plus an error in the inning. The pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. And Benson ready. The next pitch fouled out of play on the first base side, and it's 2-2. Six straight have reached base safely after Chad Leonard hit a fly ball out to Kyle Young in right field for the first out to start the second inning. And that pitch over for a strike, a called third strike. And there's the second out of the inning. Second strikeout recorded for Michael Benson, and now will face Spencer Kotkamp. The ninth man to bat in the inning for the Bulldogs. And a ground ball over the mound, out behind second. Morris has it, throws to first in time, and the inning is over. Bulldogs send 9 to the plate in the second inning. They score 5 times on 3 hits plus an error, and after an inning and a half, lead 5-1. 8, 9, and 1 in the order for Saguaro. And the first pitch to John Nemts is low for ball 1. Sabercats going to play in a position they haven't been in very many times this year, and that's playing from behind. Nemts fouls a pitch off, and it's 1-1. Sabercats have had a strong regular season, 27 straight victories coming into tonight's play. Swing and a foul tip into the glove, a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. That's over the inside corner, strike 3 called. Brunswick strikes out Nemts. It's the second strikeout for the Queen Creek starting pitcher, Adam Brezek. And now he faces Ben Tingley. Tingley takes strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. It's high, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. And that's a ground ball base hit into right field. Tingley with a 1-out single. And been aboard at first base for Austin Anderson. Anderson with a single in the first. He stole second, went to third on a wild pitch, and scored the first run of the ball game for Saguaro. And I guess to this point, the only run of the ball game for the Sabercats, as they trail 5-1 in the bottom of the second inning from Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. First pitch, a fastball, and it's high for ball 1. The 1-0, and a line drive, and that's caught, and a double play. Base running mistake there for the Sabercats, and that'll end the second inning. No runs, a hit, nobody left after 2. Saguaro trails Queen Creek by a score of 5-1. Middle third of the order for the Bulldogs here in the third inning. And a line drive right back to Michael Benson. Chad Leonard lines out on the first pitch of the third inning, and the batter is Dylan Freeman. First one to Freeman over for a strike. Michael Benson with the next one, a breaking ball for a strike, and it's 0-2. And a swing and a miss.
Now batting number 3, Chad Hensley.
First one to Hensley over for a strike, as Chad bats with 2 outs to the bases empty in the top of the third. The 0-1. That's on the outside corner. And it's 0-2. Benson's got the ball. He's right back up there and ready to go again. The 0-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Hensley lays off with the swing, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. It's fouled out of play. First base side. The set and the 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Hensley strikes out. Back-to-back punch-outs in the third. 4 strikeouts for Benson through 3 innings of work. And in the middle of the third, Queen Creek still leads Saguaro 5-1. The first pitch to Zach Gibbons misses for ball 1. Bottom of the third inning, Gibbons, Chris Ackman, and Brandon Demarest for the SaberCats. And the 1-0 is up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0. Hit down the right field line, but out of play, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Saguaro got in front first as they scored a run in the bottom of the first inning, but Queen Creek came back in the top of the second, scored 5 times, 4 of those 5 runs earned. Next one is off the glove, the catcher Leonard. It's ball 3, it's 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. And that's fouled out of play, and it's 3-2. The 3-2 pitch is inside, and it's a leadoff walk as Zach Gibbons moves to first base. And the batter is Chris Ackman. Chris reached on an error and knocked in a run in the first inning. First pitch high for a ball. Throw to first base and the runner back. Again, a throw over there, and again, Gibbons is back. I'm going to try it again over there. Runner goes, pitch is high. And the throw down to second, not in time. It's a stolen base for Zach Gibbons. And the count goes to 2-0 on Chris Ackman. Boy, I almost get the feeling that you just wonder if maybe Queen Creek has picked up something about the SaberCats signs, the 2-0 pitch. And Ackman drives that ball out to center field, still going to give chase, and it's going to get into the alley and up to the fence. Around third, scoring is Gibbons. Chris Ackman stops at second base. It's an RBI double, and Saguaro's back on the board. They trail Queen Creek now by a score of 5-2.
Now batting number 18, Brandon Demarest.
So Chris adds to his RBI total as he gets another one here. And the batter is Brandon Demarest as Leonard is out to talk to Bresic. Well, and the reason I'm wondering about that, going back to the signs, think about it back to the first inning with Anderson on at first base, and it could just be the scouting report or the way that Queen Creek wants to defend things, but they threw over to first base several times to try to pick off Austin Anderson in the first inning. Once they finally did throw to the plate, Anderson took off and stole second base, and then we see the same thing here with Gibbons, and it almost makes you wonder as Demarest swings and misses for a strike, but it almost makes you wonder if Queen Creek thinks they've figured something out in the signs, as though they were tipped off somehow that the SaberCats were thinking about running the 0-1. Fastball, it's high, and it's 1-1 strike. Runner at second, nobody out. A run in for the SaberCats in the bottom of the third inning, trailing Queen Creek now by a score of 5-2. Brezek looks back to second, the pitch. And that's bounced in. 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. And that's over for a strike, and it's 2-2. And Saguaro already with 1 run in here in the bottom of the third inning, but with a runner at second base and nobody out. Sure hoping to cash in that runner and get another run closer to the Bulldogs. The 2-2. Off the handle, popped up behind home plate. Leonard, with plenty of foul territory room, makes the catch. Play it into a basket catch there, but he made the catch to retire Demarest. That's the first out of the inning, and of course Aquin not able to advance past second base, so he's still out there now with 1 out, and the batter is Kyle Young. Young reached on a catcher's interference in the first inning. He takes the first pitch over for a strike. SaberCats trail 5-2 in the bottom of the third. They'll look back to second of the 1-strike pitch, and that's a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Here's the set, the 0-2 pitch, a fastball, and it's high. It's 1-2 strikes. Brezek's 1-2, and a pitch out of the strike zone, swung on and missed. And there's 2 away in the inning.
Now batting number 6, Matt Morris.
Strikeout number 3 for Adam Brezek, and the batter is Matt Morris. The first one of Morris is high for a ball. Chris Ackman still out there at second base after his RBI double. The 1-0. Fastball, high and inside. 2 balls and no strikes. If Morris is able to reach base, Reed Austin would be next for the SaberCats. The 2-0 pitch. And that's low, and it's 3-0. And Brezek with the 3-0. Gets that one across for a strike, and it's 3-1. Morris 0 for 1. He struck out swinging in the first. Batting with a runner at second and 2 away. A run in for the SaberCats in the third. The 3-1 is swung on and missed, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 3-2. And that's fouled out of play on the first base side. Another 3-2 pitch coming up to Matt Morris. And that's hit out to center field on the line. And got a little air under it, I guess, and it's caught by Still. And that will end the inning. SaberCats get a run on a hit. They leave one, and after 3, trail Queen Creek 5-2. Nathan Flores, the leadoff hitter in the 4th inning for the Bulldogs. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Bottom third of the order, Flores, Wallace, and Garcia for Queen Creek. They lead 5-2. The 1-0. Fouled out of play. Now 1 ball and 1 strike. SaberCats will open the 4A1 state playoffs at home on Saturday. The opponent, of course, still to be determined with still baseball to be played. Now the 1-1. That's on the outside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. Pitch outside makes the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Oh, that one didn't miss by much. Called a ball, and it's 3-2. Three-two pitch. Off the handle, popped up third base side. It's in foul territory. Nips is going to call for it, and he's got it for the first down.
Now batting number 18, Kyle Wallace.
With 1 out in the inning, the batter is Kyle Wallace. Wallace had the big base hit his first time up. He came up with the bases loaded and tripled to bring home all 3 runs. The 1-0. And that's hit back up the middle. And boy, it wasn't hit very hard going back through the middle, but just enough to get past Morris. And Wallace gets another base hit, his second, and he's on at first base with 1 out for Dalen Garcia. Garcia bunting and bunts through the pitch for a strike. The 0-1 with the runner going, and the ball is fouled out of play. The 1-1 pitch. The fastball outside, 2 balls and a strike. They make it 1 ball and 2 strikes, I beg your pardon. 1-2 on Garcia with Wallace at first. And 1 out in the 4th. The set and the 1-2. And that's foul right near the plate. Garcia trying to reach base for the second time. Again, he was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored his first time up. Benson throws to first, and the runner's back. And a ground ball to the right side, and that takes a bad hop and goes over the head of Tingley. And that'll be a base hit as the runner goes all the way around to third base. So Wallace goes to third. I don't know for sure if it's a bad hop base hit, but it's for sure a high hop base hit as that's down over the head of Tingley. And the batter is Colin Bongard. Bongard with a chance to do some more damage here for the Bulldogs. And now time is called, and we get a break in the fourth. Bongard sees Michael Benson for the third time and takes the first pitch for ball one. Look to third. Nothing happening with either runner. Now Benson sets in the 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball over to third, picked up there by Nimps to Tingley at second, on to Ackman at first, a double play, and that will end the inning. 5-4-3 double play, and Queen Creek does not score in the fourth. They get a couple of hits and leave one. It's 5-2. Reed Austin starts things off for the SaberCats at the bottom of the fourth inning. It's the bottom third of the order for Saguaro against Queen Creek starter Adam Brezick. And the first pitch is bounced in for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. And a line drive snared by the second baseman, Kotkamp. He goes up high to bring it in. Austin hit that one on the button. Now John Nimps, who started that double play to end the Queen Creek fourth inning, takes the first pitch for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. And a ground ball out to short, and that's off the glove of the shortstop, Bongard. And that'll be the third error of the ball game against the Bulldogs. They had two in the first inning, and then they got one here in the fourth. And with the SaberCats down 5-2, they get a one-out base runner. And the batter is Ben Tingley, who singled his first time up. First pitch, a fastball, and it's high for ball one. Leonard talking with Brezick. Bottom of the fourth inning, Salt River Fields at Talking Stick in Scottsdale. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. Pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-1. Throw to first, and Nimps dives back. And the pitch over but high, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Runner goes, and the ball hit on the ground over to third base. Flores' only play is to first. And a 5-3 ground out retires Tingley as Nimps goes to second base. And the batter is Austin Anderson.
Now that is 21, Austin Anderson.
First pitch to Anderson is high for a ball. Austin singled and scored in the first and lined into a double play to end the second. The 1-0 pitch. That's low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Brezek ready, looks back to second base, the 2-0 pitch. And a fly ball to left field. Garcia all of a sudden has to adjust, dives, and makes the catch. Good adjustment out there as he nearly played that one into a base hit. The SaberCats not able to score in the fourth. No runs, no hits, an error, and 1 left after 4 innings of play. Saguaro trails Queen Creek by a score of 5-2. 2, 3, and 4 in the order for Queen Creek in the 5th. Adam Brezek leads off and takes strike 1. Well, a shaky second inning for Michael Benson and the SaberCats. Queen Creek scored 5 times on 3 hits and an error, plus a couple of hit batters in the inning. But since then, Benson has settled down. He's allowed a couple of base hits in the last 2 innings. A double play ball helped that effort. And that ball fouled off on the first base side, and it's 1-2. Brezek has grounded out and struck out in 2 at-bats. That baseball gets loose down in the right field foul area, so they got to wait to get that ball back off the field. 1-2 on Brezek. Spencer Kottkamp and Chad Leonard to follow for the Bulldogs in the 5th. The 1-2. And that's fouled off. Ground ball to shortstop, Matt Morris. With the throw to Chris Ackman at first base, and there's 1 out.
Now batting number 4, Spencer Kottkamp.
That brings up Spencer Kottkamp, the number 3 hitter in the Bulldogs order. Spencer called out on strikes in the first and grounded out to end the second. Michael Benson's first one on the way, and it's breaking ball over for a strike. The 0-1. That's across for another strike, and it's 0-2. And the 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Kottkamp strikes out. 2 away in the inning. Strikeout number 5 for Michael Benson, and the batter is Chad Leonard.
Now batting great, Chad Leonard.
Chad Leonard has hit a fly ball out to right field, and he's lined back to Benson in his 2 at-bats. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch misses inside. No, they're going to call it a foul ball as that one goes just off the bat of Leonard. And it's 1-1. 2 outs and the base is empty. Top of the 5th inning. Bulldogs leading 5-2. The 1-1. And a breaking ball over for a strike. And it's 1-2. Benson with the 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. He's got 6 through 5 innings. And it's a 3-up, 3-down order for the Bulldogs. We head to the bottom of the 5th with Queen Creek still in the lead. They're on top of Saguaro here in the middle of the 5th inning. It's Queen Creek 5 and the Saguaro SaberCats 2. Zach Gibbons starts off the inning, followed by Chris Ackman and Brandon Demarest in the SaberCat 5th inning. The first pitch bounced in for ball 1. Zach is flied out. He's also walked, stolen a base, and scored. The 1-0. Fastball inside. 2 balls and no strikes. New pitcher out there, and Gibbons with a fly ball to center field and over to his left, still there for the catch. And there's 1 out. Chase Beal is the new pitcher for the Bulldogs, and he retires the first hitter he faces in the 5th inning. Now I'll go after Chris Ackman. And Chris with a swing and a miss for a strike. So Adam Brazic goes 4 innings in the start for the Bulldogs. He gives up 4 hits, 2 runs both earned, 1 walk and 3 strikeouts. And the next pitch outside, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. That's outside, and it's 2-1. Chris Ackman 1 for 2 with a double and a couple of RBI. In fact, he's knocked in both of the SaberCat runs as Saguaro trails 5-2. The 2-1 pitch. It's a swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. And the 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Ackman strikes out. And there's 2 away in the inning. The batter is Brandon Demarest. First pitch, a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. The 0-1. It's outside and maybe low, and it's a ball and a strike. 2 outs, base is empty. Bottom of the 5th inning. SaberCats down 5-2. The 1-1. That's low, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 pitch. Outside for ball 3. It's 3-1. Demarest 1 for 2. He singled back in the first. And the 3-1. Swing and a miss. And that runs the count full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kyle Young would be next for the SaberCats. And the 3-2. Reaching out to get it. Taps it on the ground to the right side. Grabbed there by Kottkamp on to first base. And that is in time. A 3-up, 3-down inning for the SaberCats. And we put 5 in the books from Salt River Fields at Talking Stick. Saguaro trails Queen Creek by a score of 5-2. 5, 6, and 7 in the order for Queen Creek in the 6th as Dylan Freeman starts things off. First pitch to Freeman is outside for a ball. Dylan had a base hit and scored a run in the second, and he struck out swinging in the third. Michael Benson has faced just 1 over the minimum in the last 3 innings. As the next one is outside, and it's 2-1. I said 2-1. Now it's 2-1. 2-0 was the count there. A swing and a miss makes it 2 balls and a strike. Freeman followed by Chad Hensley and Nathan Flores for the Bulldogs in the 6th. And the 2-1 pitch is inside. That hits Freeman, and he's aboard at first base, hit by the pitch. Now the batter will be Chad Hensley. Queen Creek is going to make a change here, and I think it's going to be a pinch runner at first base. Freeman will come off, and the center fielder Marcus Still, who Freeman was DHing for, will come on to run. And so that will erase the designated hitter for the Bulldogs here in the 6th inning. Still will run at first base. And again, the batter will be Chad Hensley. Well, the bunt is on, and the bunt fouled off by Hensley on the first base side. So the Bulldogs leading 5-2 with a leadoff hitter aboard in the 6th inning. They're showing, at least on the first pitch, that they're trying to play for a run here. The 0-1. And a swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. The set, the 0-2. And a swing and a miss. Hensley out on 3 pitches. Strikeout number 7 for Michael Benson. And now the batter is Nathan Flores. Pickoff throw to first, and the runner back. Runner goes. The pitch is high. The throw to second base. Well, that looked like a changeup there. Demarest didn't get a very good grip on the baseball. And so a stolen base for Marcus Still. Next pitch high to Still. 2 balls to Flores, rather. 2 balls and no strikes with Still at second base. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Queen Creek leading Saguaro 5-2. Pitch is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. The 3-0. Near the outside corner, a strike. It's 3-1. Benson checks back to second. The runner takes off. The ball hits off of Chris Ackman's glove. And a run is in for the Bulldogs. Now the batter is Kyle Wallace as the Bulldogs get an unearned run here in the 6th inning and lead 6-2. First pitch, breaking ball over for a strike. Another breaking ball, this one on the inside corner, or near it anyway, for a strike. So a run in for Queen Creek in the top of the 6th inning. Flores aboard at first base with 1 out. The 0-2 pitch to Kyle Wallace. Runner goes, and the ball hit out to right field. And Young is there to make the catch. Away in the inning, and the batter is Chase Beal. Beal came into pitch. Brezic went out to right field, and Hensley went from right field to left field. And that took Garcia out of the lineup as that pitch is high. Pitch over for a strike. 2 outs and a runner at first base. Throw to first again, and a runner back. A big run in for Queen Creek in the 6th inning, though, as they lead 6-2. Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down is not in time. So Flores steals the bag, and now he's in scoring position with 2 away. 1-2 the count on Chase Beal. And the next pitch outside, they'll appeal, but Beal did not go around, and the count's 2-2. The 2-2 pitch laid off, and it's high for ball 3, 3-2. Benson ready, and the 3-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that will do it. That's the final out. The throw goes to third base. He was called out at third, but I thought that was the final out anyway on the strikeout, and that ends the inning. The Bulldogs get a run in the 6th and lead 6-2.
11, Kyle Young.
Kyle Young will lead it off for the SaberCats in the bottom of the 6th inning. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. And Young trying to bunt his way on, and bunted foul on the third base side. That's strike 1. That was ultimately, I guess, a 4-out inning for the Bulldogs in the top of the 6th. I don't know if it was just miscommunication with the umpires. It wasn't a very emphatic strikeout call from the plate umpire as Beal struck out swinging, and I guess you wouldn't expect anything real emphatic on a swinging third strike. And then Demers threw the ball out towards second base, trying to get Flores in case it was ball 4. You know, he wanted to keep the play alive. So the count goes to 1-1. The ball went into center field. Plate umpire, or the base umpire working the left side of the infield, looked back toward home plate. As the next one is low, 2-1. He looked back toward home to see if he could get any sort of an indication from the plate umpire if that in fact was a strike and a final out. And then all of a sudden he realized that there might be a play at third. He ends up banging out their runner at third base as Young pops this one up on the left side of the infield. And this will be the third baseman Flores with the catch. And that's the first out in the SaberCats' sixth inning. But after the out at the fourth out rather over at third base, you could see Michael Benson coming off the field, and he had 4 fingers up. So he was aware of the situation. Now Matt Morris. And although it was kind of a strange ending to the sixth inning, the more important piece of information coming out of that sixth inning was the 6th run of the ball game for the Queen Creek Bulldogs. They now lead 6-2. And the SaberCats down to their final 5 outs. The 1-0 pitch. And Morris with a line drive into center field. That'll bounce in front of Still. And it's a 1-out base hit.
Now batting number 15, Reed Austin.
Morris on at first base. The batter is Reed Austin. Just the 5th hit of the ball game for the SaberCats as Austin takes ball 1. And 1-0 pitch, and that's a fly ball to center field. Still back just a couple of steps, and he's got it for the second out.
Now batting number 12, John Nimitz.
Moore's at first base with 2 away in the SaberCats' 6th inning, and the batter is John Nimitz. Swing and a miss as Morris takes off, and Matt will steal the base. He's in at second, and now a base hit could potentially get a run in for the SaberCats. Saguaro's 27-game winning streak in jeopardy here as they trail by 4 runs with 2 outs in the 6th. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Beal has retired 5 of 6 hitters he has faced and now steps off. Ahead of Nimps in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Now the set of the 0-2, and that's fouled back to the netting behind home plate. Another 0-2. That's inside, not by much. It looked like it was going to hit him, and it was a breaking ball. It snapped over and just about got the inside corner. 1-2 on Nimps with Morris at second. SaberCats down 6-2 in the bottom of the 6th. The set on the 1-2, and that's fouled off. I think Nimps has maybe bought an extra ball in the count. I think he talked the plate umpire into a 2-2 count. And now, question coming out of the dugout. It is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Plate umpire is going to go over to the first base dugout here and see what they come up with. May go and check on the Saguaro side. It is a 1-2 count, and I'm sure they'll get it straightened out here, and we'll let them do just that. It is 1-2 on John Nims. Look back. The 1-2. Inside corner, strike 3 called, and that will end the SaberCats' 6th inning. No runs, a 1-out base hit. The runner left at second base. We head to the 7th. Queen Creek still leading Saguaro by a score of 6-2. Top of the order for Queen Creek in the 7th inning, and they'll face a new Saguaro pitcher as Chris Frudenberg is on to try to get the final 3 outs. And his first pitch to Colin Bongard is high and outside for ball 1. Bongard, Brezik, and Kotkamp for the Bulldogs in the 7th inning. Michael Benson, the starter for the SaberCats, went 6 innings, allowed 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned. As he pitches a strike, and it's 1-1. No walks, 8 strikeouts. Benson did hit 3. And Queen Creek did almost all of their damage in the 2nd inning when they scored 5 times. 2-1 now on Bongard. They had 6 straight reach base in the 2nd inning. A single, a hit batter, an error, a bases clearing triple, another hit batter, and an RBI single. And that pitch is inside, another hit batter. As Frudenberg hits Bongard to put him aboard to start the 7th inning. And the batter is Adam Brezik. First pitch, ball bunted, first base side. It's picked up by Ackman, and he puts the tag on Brezik. And it's a sacrifice to move the runner to second base. A 3 unassisted sacrifice, and once again you see the Bulldogs. We saw this in the 6th inning, although they ended up taking it off. But in the 6th inning, they try to bunt on the first strike after a hit batter start of the inning. Now here in the 7th, the sacrifice successful as Brezik got it down. And the batter Spencer Kotkamp with a runner at second and 1 away. Already 6-2 Queen Creek, and the Bulldogs playing for another run in the 7th inning. Kotkamp took the first pitch for a strike. Chris Frudenberg ready, the 0-1. That's inside and low, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now the set and the 1-1. And swing and a miss. It's a ball and 2 strikes. 6 runs, 5 hits, 3 errors for Queen Creek. 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for Saguaro. The 1-2. Yeah, that's inside, and that one hits Kotkamp. Got him on the leg. No walks given up by Saguaro pitchers, but that's the 5th hit batter of the ballgame. And now 2 aboard with 1 out for Chad Leonard. Time called, and we're going to get a visit out of the SaberCat dugout. They want to talk about what they want to do coverage-wise here with 2 aboard and 1 out playing in the 7th. SaberCats want to stay within Grand Slam range here in the 7th. And, you know, it's just kind of a mentality thing that if you can stay within 4, if you happen to load the bases, then one more swing of the bat potentially could tie the game. If you go to a 5-run deficit, as the first pitch to Leonard is high for a ball, if you go down 5 runs, then you're looking at basically it's going to take a grand slam plus at least another base hit, and the odds continue to mount with each run that adds from there. Runners go, swing and a miss, throw to third base, and Nems has to, actually that's Andrew Valdez in there at third base now, but he has to drop down to his knees to block that ball to keep it from going into left field and keep that runner from going. So the double steal puts a second runner in scoring position, now second and third with only 1 out. The pitch was a strike, so it's a 1-1 count on Chad Leonard, and the SaberCats bring the infield in. Freudenberg ready in the pitch. Off the end of the bat, fouled out of play, first base side. And the count's 1-2. Boy, you're looking for a strikeout here with 2 runners in scoring position. The ground ball is nice if it's right at an infielder, but then it requires a tag at the plate. The 1-2, and that's fouled off at the plate. Six to 2, Queen Creek. 2 in scoring position and 1 out in the top of the 7th inning, trying to give Saguaro their first loss in 28 games, their first loss since March 5th. A string of almost 2 months, and a slow ground ball first base side. Chris Ackman will field and apply the tag. The runner from third base, Bongard, does not go. A 3 unassisted is the second out, and that's something typically that the third base coach and the runner at third will discuss as to what they want to do. If it's a contact type situation where you're going to go on any sort of contact, then you would be taken off immediately. Otherwise, and I think the play that they probably had on there is that the runner has to make a decision, and even on a ball on the ground you want to make sure it goes through before you try to score. And the first one to Marcus Still is inside. You'll remember that Still was being DH'd for by Dylan Freeman, but when Freeman reached base in the 6th inning after being hit by a pitch, Still came in to run for him as a pinch runner. Stole a base and scored a run, and now he's up there batting for the first time. The 1-0 from Freudenberg, and that's bounced foul on the first base side, and the count's 1-1. Looking ahead to the SaberCat 7th inning, they'll send up 9, 1, and 2 in the order. Tingley, Anderson, and Gibbons. They're looking to be table setters in the 7th inning. And that pitch over for a strike, and it's 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. And that's fouled off on the first base side. Bongard at third, Kottkamp at second. 1-2 the count on Still. And the pitch bounced in, and it's 2-2. Freudenberg a strike away from getting out of the 7th inning. and keeping Saguaro in that 4-run range. Now the set and another 2-2. That pitch is low. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now if Still is able to reach, Chad Hensley will bat next for the Bulldogs. The 3-2. And that's tap foul off the plate. Another 3-2 pitch and another foul ball. Queen Creek trying to earn a split of the season series and improve their seeding with some power points as well. SaberCats looking to come back to still give them a chance for the number 1 seed. Another 3-2 coming up. And a swing and a miss. Still strikes out, and that will end the Queen Creek 7th inning. They fail to score in the 7th. They leave 2 aboard, and we go to the bottom of the 7th. It's Queen Creek 6 and Saguaro 2. Ben Tingley, the leadoff hitter in the 7th inning for the SaberCats. First one above his helmet for ball 1. The 1 and the 1-0. That's over for a strike, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. It was a breaking ball, but it's a little bit high, and it's 2-1. Adam Brazic went the front 4 innings for the Bulldogs from Queen Creek High School, allowed just the 2 earned runs. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. 2 earned runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts, and now Chase Beal in his 3rd inning of work for Queen Creek. The 2-2. On the appeal, Tingley did not go around, and the count's full. Three balls and 2 strikes on Tingley. Austin Anderson and Zach Gibbons next for the SaberCats. And the 3-2. And that's hit back up the middle. Picked up on a hop by Kotkamp, and his throw to first base in time, and that's an out to the leadoff hitter in the 7th inning, and the batter will be Austin Anderson.
Now batting number 21, Austin Anderson.
We can look back to the first inning for the SaberCats, as the first one to Anderson is a ball. And Saguaro had already scored once, but they got the bases loaded after Kyle Young reached on a catcher interference. And Anderson with a ball out to left field, and that's down in front of the left fielder Hensley. He dove for it and could not get to it. Anderson's got himself a 1-out double. Second hit of the night for Austin Anderson, and just the 6th base hit of the ball game for the SaberCats. They need a couple of more guys on to get the tying run to the plate. Zach Gibbons will try to keep the inning going. And Leonard will go out to talk to his pitcher, and a pitching coach coming out as well for the Bulldogs. And Gibbons ready to face Chase Beal. pitch here on the inside corner for strike one. But, talking about that first inning for the SaberCats, again, they had already scored a run, but then they had the bases loaded with one out and could not score again. The 0-1. Bounced in there. And it's a ball and a strike, and a wild pitch will move the runner to third base, so Anderson gets to third. SaberCats trailing 6-2 in the bottom of the seventh, a 27-game winning streak on the line. Infield, of course, plays back. They'll trade a run for an out. And the breaking ball is low, 2-1. Beals 2-1. That's hit on the ground out to Bongard. It'll get the run home. Bongard's throw to first base, though, is in time. It's an RBI, 6-3 ground out for Zach Gibbons as Austin Anderson scores to make it 6-3. Right now the SaberCats are down to their final out here in the seventh. Yeah, coaches, part of their job is to spin things in a positive way when something bad happens to the team, and so I would guess that the coaches are going to say here if the SaberCats are not able to come back, as the first one to Ackman's inside for a ball, but if Saguaro can't come back here, if the 27-game winning streak is snapped, better to lose today than to lose on Saturday, which is the first round of the 4A playoffs. You only need a 4-game winning streak, and as long as it's the final 4 and it's in the state playoffs, 4 games in a row wins you the state title, and that's the goal. 27-plus game winning streak would be great. SaberCats have already won 30 games in the regular season. The next one is high. 3-0 now on Chris Ackman, but again, the 4 games that matter and the winning streak that matters is the final 4 games of the year in the state playoffs. And Leonard out again to talk to his pitcher, and the discussion here may be, it's 3-0. Well, I don't know. I guess it could go either way. 3-0, you don't necessarily want to put somebody on base. I think maybe you still challenge Ackman here and let him see how far he can hit it. I mean, if he hits a 500-foot home run, it's still a 2-run ball game. And the pitch, though, is inside, and it's ball 4. You almost give him a little more momentum. If you're Queen Creek, you're giving Saguaro more momentum to put a runner on. But still work to be done. SaberCats trail 6-3 with a runner at first base and 2 away. So they got to get one more runner up, one more runner on base to get the tying run up to the plate. Brandon Demers had a base hit back in the first inning. He bats here in the seventh. Saguaro's down to their final out. And the pitch over for a strike. And again, if Saguaro is not able to come back here in the seventh, they will be the number 2 seed, which still makes them the home team on Saturday to host the game, and then home team in the neutral site games, quarterfinal and semifinals. There's a ground ball over to third. Picked up there, they'll go the short way to second, and the 27-game winning streak is snapped by the Queen Creek Bulldogs. SaberCats get 1 run on 1 hit. They leave 1 in the seventh. Then we go final as Queen Creek beats Saguaro by a final score of 6-3. For Queen Creek, 6 runs on 5 hits. They commit 3 errors and leave 5. For Saguaro, 3 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors, and 7 runners left on base. The SaberCats, well, actually, let's go with Queen Creek first. They go to 19-9 on the year. They finish region play at 11-3. The SaberCats fall to 30-4. And again, the 27-game winning streak is snapped, and the SaberCats not quite able to get through region play unblemished. They finish the region at 13-1, but again, another region championship. The SaberCats will be at home on Saturday in the first round of the 4A Division I state playoffs, and we'll be back for that one. This will do it then. Again, the final at 6-3, Queen Creek over Saguaro. From Talking Stick, Salt River Fields and Talking Stick, Todd Garvis and Southwest Sports Network saying so long.